let's be honest. How are you really using AI? Is it just for a few basic prompts here and there? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive deep into how Google Gemini is making a huge strategic shift, transforming from a simple assistant into a powerful, integrated operating system for your work.
So let's start with a question for all the business owners and creative professionals out there. Do you pretty much think of your AI as just a tool for answering questions? You know, something you turn to for a quick fact check or to handle a simple one-off task? If that's the case, it's time to give that assistant a promotion. Because the real power of today's AI, and especially Google Gemini, is promoting it from a simple helper to a proactive agent. We're talking about making it a true part of your workflow that actually anticipates, automates, and synthesizes for you.
Okay, so let's dig into this huge shift. And it might sound a little strange, but this all really kicks off with the recent move to Gemini for Home. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why should a professional care about a smart speaker update?
Because this is a massive clue about what's coming for the entire platform. This update shows that Google is laser-focused on creating an AI you can just talk to, naturally. You can interrupt it, you can ask follow-up questions, you can get nuanced answers. The whole thing feels less like you're talking to a robot and more like a real, flowing conversation. And this quote right here, this absolutely nails the core value for any business. See, the goal isn't just to get raw data dumped on you by your AI. It's about having the AI turn that data into something you can actually use. A story, a summary, a key insight. A perfect real-world example of this is the Home Brief feature for Nest cameras. I mean, it takes hours and hours of raw video footage, analyzes the whole thing, and then gives you a simple, narrative report of what happened that day. It's the perfect illustration of going from just data overload to a clear, actionable summary.
So let's build on that and look at the features that really turn Gemini into your proactive agent, the kind of tool that's designed to save you actual, real-time every single week through some seriously powerful automation and customization.
This is where the efficiency gain just becomes so incredibly clear. I mean, the old way was a grind, right? You're re-entering the same prompts over and over, every single day. The new way? Scheduled actions. You can set up a complex, recurring task just once, like every Friday summarize my top clients' emails and draft a social media content strategy, and it just runs automatically. It becomes a standard part of your operations.
Now, this is a huge leap forward. You are no longer stuck with a generic, one-size-fits-all AI. You can now build your very own custom experts using a feature called gems. A gem is basically a version of Gemini that you've personally trained with your own specific knowledge and persona. Just imagine this for a second. You could create a brand voice editor gem. You just upload your entire company's style guide, all 100 pages of it. From that moment on, that gem is the final word, the definitive authority on your company's communication style. It ensures brand consistency across the board without you having to re-explain the rules in every single prompt. This turns a general tool into your own proprietary, customized asset.
And what about those times you're working on something a bit sensitive? You know, like market research or testing a controversial new idea. Well, that's what temporary chat is for. It's basically an off-the-record mode where your conversations aren't saved or used for training. It gives you a totally secure space for that confidential brainstorming.
Okay, now let's talk about how Gemini is just demolishing creative roadblocks by dramatically scaling up the amount of information it can handle at once. This is where we go way beyond quick answers and into deep, comprehensive analysis. So the context window, which is basically how much info the AI can think about at one time, has gotten massive. You can now upload a text file that's up to 1,500 pages long and have Gemini analyze the whole thing in one go. And for all you developers watching, it gets just as powerful. You can drop in up to 30,000 lines of code and ask Gemini to debug it, explain it, or optimize it for you. The scale we're talking about here is a genuine game changer. So what does this actually mean for your day-to-day? It means you can upload years of customer support tickets and finally identify those recurring pain points. It means you can have it sift through hundreds of web sources and compile a massive competitive analysis report in minutes, not weeks. You're not just asking questions anymore, you're delegating entire research projects. So, with all these incredible new capabilities, what's the single most important thing you should do? What's the new mandate for putting your AI agent to work?
The most important thing here is a mental shift. You have to stop seeing Gemini as a reactive tool you poke with questions and start treating it like a proactive agent that can handle specialized, large-scale work. So your first step is simple. Identify a repetitive task, build a gem for it, and then automate it with a scheduled action. That is how you turn this thing from a cool novelty into a core part of your workflow.
And this right here, this is really the ultimate goal.
You're not just chatting with an assistant anymore. You're delegating complex, high-level tasks to a highly capable, customizable, and proactive chief operating officer that can handle it all at scale.
So that really just leaves us with one final thought. The AI is ready for its promotion. It is ready to be your digital COO. The only question left is, what's the first major responsibility you're going to hand over?